ready for them Chiefs? Y'all ready for them Chiefs?
All right, we're back for our Saturday Night Live episode pregame. Kind of give our thoughts on what we think will happen, what we need to do, and things to that effect. We will not have Steve with us. He had a family emergency and he can't be on. I don't know when the next time will be that he'll be able to make it. Hey, Robert, that was me that said, hey, Robert, when you got in. Good to see you, man. Glad you're always able to jump in here. I sent some invites out. Are we friends on Twitter, Robert? If you want to get on here with me, give your thoughts as well. Brian should be joining us anytime. So we should be back to being sheep. I was giving Steve crap before. He was calling us sheep because we say ba. Brian and Aaron. It's not AK or BG or KG. I guess it'd be BK, huh? British Knights. If anybody remembers those shoes. Well, do you have any questions to start out on, Robert? You're not on Twitter. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, we had to do inventory, so I got home a bit late. And they weren't going, and then I read my text messages, and yeah, Steve's got something going on. I called Gooch, so he should be on any second. I'm going to go ahead and give my score prediction. I think it's going to be 34-24. And they're just going to have like a garbage time or start to have a late run. But we've kind of been a second half team, so I don't know. Our defense seems to really kick it on in the second half. So I could be wrong on the late game heroics. Or we may just not be trying much on defense. And is the injury to Tooney a concern? Is he out again? It's pretty big concern to me when he doesn't play, when he doesn't come out of a game for a broken hand. So yeah, him not playing is kind of a concern. I'm not sure what the injury is. I think it was his ankle. Is that right? He's doubtful. Do you know what the injury is, Robert? Is it a sprained ankle or something? High ankle sprain? It's high ankle sprain. He's probably out 4 to 6 weeks. For a lineman, I would think, anyway. Because you're just constantly pushing on 300-plus pounders all day. So, what do you think about the comments Reed made, Robert? I didn't really think about it the way Ryan was saying until he brought it up, because that makes complete sense for him to try and protect the rookies and get them going after him rather than them. And yeah, I think he can cover a tight end pretty well, but Njoku's kind of a different type of tight end. I don't know how much he wants to challenge that guy. He is way bigger. But I would think he'd be able to bring him down as soon as he catches it, but I could definitely see him giving up some catches. Basically because they're going to go after him. But yeah, I think Ryan's definitely onto something, that it was kind of psyops, trying to get in their heads so it wasn't, so they'll try and pick on him rather than anybody else. Okay, Big Red was a little hot about that. Well, I would take that to mean that he wasn't put up to it like Ryan was saying. If that's the case, what did Andy say exactly? Did he just say that's not what the Chiefs do, not what the Chiefs are about? But if he did put him up to it, he's not going to act like he did. So it's hard to say. We need to see him in another commercial, though. It's hilarious. It's got to be one of the best all-time commercials. Him throwing the freaking marker across the plane while Mahomes is looking straight at him. That's kind of crazy. Like Mahomes wouldn't have caught that and asked him about it. And he could have just dropped it in the seat next to the guy he was drawing on before that. Andy's freaking hilarious, though. I said something about him being a pretty good actor before I even saw that commercial, and my family's like, no, he's not. Or my older brother, anyway. Was like, no, he's not. He's got his eyes wide open and checking stuff across the plane and acting nervous. I'm like, that's what he's supposed to do. That's part of the fun of the commercial. When he was doing the stuff with Randy Reed, good old Eric Stonestreet, it was pretty funny. And he was definitely a good actor in those. He's supposed to look like a bad actor, it looked like to me. I don't know what you think on that. He basically said not a team thing and he knows better now. Okay, yeah, I could see him saying something like that, regardless of putting him up to it or not, even though, because yeah, he's got to act like he didn't. But we know how Reed is, and that does sound exactly like something he would say, and he wouldn't like. And maybe Spags put him up to it and didn't let Andy know that. But I don't know. Who knows? We'll never find out either. Unless you run into him years down the road. Reed, that is. Justin Reed, not Andy. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to get on here and talk about the pregame, basically because I may not be around postgame tomorrow. We're having to do inventory, and we've had to work all weekend, so they haven't said we're not coming in tomorrow yet, so I've got to assume that I have to go in, which shift starts at 3, so right when the game's getting really ready to start. So that's pretty disappointing. If we don't have to come in, they will give us a call. So at that point, you would probably see me for the post game. I would moderate for Ryan at that point. I'll moderate for RGR before we do anything, and then he's been doing Locked On Chiefs live post game this season, so, or at least in the last few weeks. So I'd have to do that. So we'll be on right after he's done with those. And then hopefully Gooch will get on with me then. He is now here. How you doing, brother?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Now that I'm home. I'm a little disappointed I might have to miss the game tomorrow. Try and get people to not tell me anything so I can watch the recording.
That sounds like a good reason to be sick. Yeah, man.
It's mandatory. There's already people skipping, so.
I mean, you can't control this flu that's going around.
Very true. Liz has not been doing well. She's had no voice. Doesn't stop her from talking to me, but
That'd be music to my fucking ears. I don't know what.
she still talks through it. She just sounds like she's going through puberty. Uh-oh. Lost Brian. Okay. Let's see what Robert's got going. Like to see us shut down the run and really get some pressure with 4. Definitely. Thoughts on the new D lineman? Bummer about work. Yes, I appreciate that. So the new D lineman, I don't know a whole lot about it. I know the name. I know he was in Missouri, or is from Missouri. I don't know if he's going to do anything. He's a run stuffer, but so is Sheldon. Shelton? And we haven't activated him at all. But yeah, I'd like to see a whole lot of the NASCAR package and get them away from the run. They seem to stick to the run quite a bit, though. Whether it's what's his name?
Mixon.
That's it. Mixon, and who's the other guy? I have him on my fantasy team, but I can't.
Oh, I don't know his name. Is that a
P. Ryan?
Yeah.
He's been kicking butt. Probably more than Mixon has this year. And Robert says, hey. But what are your thoughts? Yeah, I'm definitely for shutting down the run and really getting some pressure, going after him. You have any thoughts on that, Brian?
Well, they have to shut down one of the two. I prefer the run. If they're letting the Bengals run and pass, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
So they have to. The Chiefs are great at pass defense, even though they give up a lot of touchdowns in the red zone. You have to remember their secondary is still young.
Very.
But you want them to pass because we've got all that speed, and it's if we know that that's all you have to do is pass because we're stopping the run to get those dogs after you, and then be able to pin their ears back and come right through the line, and all that secondary's got to do is play tight. I mean, there's a good chance we win. I think personally that they've been waiting on this game
I know I have been.
Um, I saw Pac-Man Jones say that Burrow's better than Mahomes,
What?
and that Mahomes doesn't know how to read defenses.
Give me a break. He obviously doesn't know Mahomes then. And he just asked for it.
Yeah.
You said it was Pac-Man?
Pac-Man Jones.
Is he even
Almost.
playing anymore?
No, he's not playing anymore.
Okay. Was he a Cincinnati guy?
He was a Cincinnati guy.
Hmm. So he's trying to get his team gashed.
Hey, you're working tomorrow. When's your off days?
I don't have any this week.
Next week?
Next week it would be the weekend. I don't typically work the weekend anymore.
Ah.
But we were having to do inventory, so count the whole warehouse, and I, of course, did more than my fair share, but trying to get it to where we don't have to go in tomorrow. But it all depends on what Pepsi wants. We are at their mercy. So I technically work for ID Logistics that has the contract with Pepsi, and Pepsi, whatever they say, goes. And they wanted the whole warehouse figured out and inventory to be correct. So yeah, they've been firing a lot of people, so getting new people in messes things up again. So I don't really understand their logic. That's more ID Logistics than Pepsi, is what I'm
Right,
talking about there.
right.
ID Logistics is firing people. And so we just have this constant new people rotating in. And so they're obviously going to drop stuff and destroy stuff. And a lot of people aren't like me, where I will say I did something. People will just knock shit over and run off and leave it. And it could be figured out who did it, but they don't seem to want to do that either. I don't want them on my team if that's how they are, so I would get rid of them. Personally. I don't know about you. I kind of know about you, but
Oh, I'm quick to promote somebody to customer.
I like that. I like how you put that. How are things going with Domino's?
Well, I got a week um to myself, so I'm headed home as we speak.
Right on. To NKC?
That is correct, sir.
Right on. So, what are we doing?
That's why I asked you what your days off were.
So basically, once I get off at 11 on Friday, I'm free.
And we'll do something. Because I plan on being in town, kind of taking a leisurely stroll through the country. But I plan on being in town Monday morning.
Right on.
And then I'm going to be in NKC all the way through probably Tuesday.
Right on.
And then I'll
So,
go I'll go
More
back to
than a
Ann
week.
Arbor. Yeah, I'll go back to Ann Arbor for a little bit, and then do some more of my job off the plane and traveling, and get closer and closer to the end goal, which is what I want anyway.
Hell yeah.
When's the game tomorrow?
3:25.
I'll probably be listening to it in the car.
I will be watching it after it gets over, or after I get home, unless I get a call that I don't have to come in.
Don't worry, guys. I will not be watching it on my phone. I mean, it'll be on, but I'll be listening to it so I don't cause any problems on the old highways and byways.
Are you gonna listen to it on, like, listen to Mitch Holtis?
Whoever,
Or
because Keys usually streams it for me. So wherever he streams it from, that's what I listen to.
gotcha. And he knows to do that.
Does it for me every week. He's a true champ.
Yeah, but I'm not real sure what he's got going on at home. I don't know if you know.
No, I don't. I asked him if everything is all right. He said not right now, but it will be. So
Right. I did see that. But he evidently doesn't care to tell us. So I'm not going to pry. Not my business. Hey, Hefe. Glad you made it. Yes, we're winning tomorrow. I actually already gave my score prediction. It's not exactly thought out, but it's just my gut. I'm throwing it out there. 34-24, and it'll be a
ooh,
try it late game heroics for Cincinnati to get it that close. I really think we want to pay them back for those 2 losses last year. I think Mahomes is ready to put his foot on the throat. It's at least what I want to see. Do you want to go ahead and give your prediction, or you want to wait to the end? Keep them in suspense. Uh-oh. Lost him again. So he's driving, so we're going to lose him from time to time, I'd say.
they get enough suspense wondering if I'm even going to show up. So I'll go ahead and give the score right now.
Before we miss you again.
I
Lose you again.
I'm thinking Chiefs average 30 a game. I think it's going to be back and forth.
Shootout.
Yeah. I'm thinking somewhere around 35-31.
35-31. That's, I'd say, a pretty good score. Obviously, the Chiefs. Oh, Hefe's going 34-33. It's going to come down to the wire.
Well, does Hefe know that I don't?
I don't know. I'd say that's fairly close to what you're saying, though. You said 34-31?
35-31.
35-31. And I'm going 34-24. Hey, Adam. My brother made it. My other brother from the same mother. Not like Gooch.
That's
My brother from another mother.
a fact, my friend.
And he's saying the Bengals don't even score 20. Adam, that is. Adam, maybe.
You gotta give him 20.
Yeah. I
Now,
would like to not
if
give
this
them
was
any more than 20.
if this was the Broncos,
I was honestly, the first score that popped in my head was 31-20. But that's 11 points to the 10 I'm saying now. But yeah, I think there's a late touchdown by them to make it 24. Whether it's garbage time or late game heroics, whatever you want to say. December D gonna show up. Well, last year we were kind of a first half team, and this year we are definitely a second half team. So we tend to really tighten up on defense. I really want to see Watson in there over Williams. He's just bigger. And I like how he plays. Because it seems like Williams is getting burned quite a bit. And it's always contested when Watson's in there. Except for maybe like once. And then Jason needs to be stopped. I'm guessing he's going to be on a snap count. I don't think he's all the way there yet. Much less football shape exactly. What was his injury? Do you remember, Gooch?
yeah, it was a hip labrum, something like that. Either way, it was
That's right.
it was something they feared was going to be close to Bo Jackson. They were willing to put him on IR, but they're going to play him. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, they didn't put him on IR because then he wouldn't have made it for this game. And they're basically going to put as many of their playmakers in there as they can. These teams don't seem to care whether their player's still hurt or not. They're putting them in. That's what the Chargers did with Mike Williams, and then he went out after 2 plays. And then Keenan Allen definitely wasn't all there. He was on a snap count. He basically went in every passing down. And somehow he was still.
Mike Williams lasted 1 play.
Oh, okay. It's not even 2. But yeah, Chase is definitely one that needs to be stopped, and I think Watson has a better shot against him than Williams, in my opinion. If McDuffie and Snead aren't on him. I'd really like to see Snead follow him around, but that's not really possible with the guys that we have. They can't really float. They're used to being on that left side now. But McDuffie, I'm not too worried about either. He's really sticky. And Adam says everyone on the D is healthy. Thornhill's back. Cool. I like that. I like the rookies getting the snap count up. But I'd definitely rather Thornhill in there. He's young too. He needs the experience as well. And McDuffie's 100% now, so yeah. Let's get him. Adam's next comment, get the linebackers to match up with their running backs in the pass game and make Burrow check it deep to win. Yes. Bolton is get better in the pass coverage, but Willie Gay really needs to be the cover linebacker. He is super fast, as everybody saw on the sack. That we finally blitzed him, which I've been asking for and said at the beginning of the season that he's the one with the speed to really rush the quarterback. He runs a 4.4, and then Bolton's like a 4.6 on something, I think. So he's not the greatest in coverage, but he's definitely improving as every week, it seems. And can't let P. Ryan and Mixon be involved. That's basically what we're saying. And Robert was saying to stop that run, and we're all saying so they can pin their ears back and just go after Burrow. I want to see that NASCAR package quite a bit. So yeah, even if we can get it to like 2nd and 11, between 2nd and 11 and 3rd and 7, we should be good as long as we're not playing too far off. I would, of course, love to see them put some punch in there to throw the route off, the timing off. But yeah, like Steve has said, Spags doesn't really do that. But I'd definitely love to see it. That is something that Joshua Williams is good at, if they allow it. That's what everybody was saying in camp, was he's great with his hands. We're talking to him to get an idea of why he's so good at it, and if it's a timing thing, because I guess every time he did the punch, it was very effective. And he didn't miss. So, what else do we have? I want to see Mahomes on for the whole game, not just a half. Which, yeah, he's been taking what they give him. So, except the red zone, he's pretty much got eyes for Kelsey, which I kind of like having him on my fantasy team. But when we get super predictable, we never want that to happen. And are we able to bring Hardman back from IR?
Not for this game, but we will be able to, I think, in a couple weeks.
Are we able to at all?
Oh, yeah, he's only out 4 weeks.
But there's some kind of limit to how many guys you can bring back from IR. I know that.
I don't think we've hit that limit yet.
Okay. It used to just be 1 or 2. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, they upped that number a couple years ago.
Okay, so they did up it for COVID?
Yeah.
Right on. Who did we bring back from IR already?
Just McDuffie. McDuffie's the only one we placed on IR, I believe.
Okay.
I mean, up until Hardman.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, I want to see Mahomes on for the whole game. I would really like to see us hand it to Pacheco quite a bit, at least to start the game. I know last game we had almost a complete drive that was just run, which was awesome to see. And it's going to be cold out, so who wants to? Was it you that was talking about that last?
Yeah, who
Last
wants to
week.
continuously tackle that kid running that hard? Nobody. It's like nobody wants to tackle,
Not all day.
and it's like Derrick Henry. Like people will tackle him once or twice, but if he's running at you 25, 30 times a game, how many times are you really going to run up there and try to lay a shoulder into him? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like,
It
especially
hurt.
in the cold, which is another reason why I think the Melvin Gordon signing was a really smart pickup.
They just gotta get him some confidence or something because he's been fumbling a lot this season.
Well,
That's
that
why they weren't playing him and brought Murray in.
the problem is that the Broncos offense is so one dimensional because Russell is sucking this year. And then they bring Melvin in for like short yard situations because they know you're not going to pass. So everybody's teeing off. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's had fumble problems before, but never to this degree.
Right.
But it's like you know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a whole lot easier when you can line 7 or 8 up in the box, nobody audibles, and it's just tackle the man with the football and try to get it out of his hands. And I think with the winter months coming, I think they'll end up stashing McKinnon. And in the playoffs, they're going to give the Bills and everybody else a healthy dose of Pacheco, Rojo, and Melvin Gordon.
I like it.
Those three bodies just hitting the line, hitting the line. You're going to eventually get tired.
You said that they're gonna rest McKinnon some for the playoffs.
That's what I think.
I like the idea. Why not? You already activated Rojo. Is he still active for this game?
As far as I know,
What
like
about Gordon?
I think the three running backs are going to be Gordon, Pacheco, and Rojo.
Okay, so Gordon should be. It's definitely an interesting pickup, and that guy has almost played for every team in the AFC West now. He just has the Raiders.
3 out of 4.
That's crazy. He used to be great too. I think he's still good. He really hasn't been given the opportunity with the fumbles. He's given them up pretty quick, or they took him out pretty quick. And it was at least 2 games that they didn't put him in at all. And then they put him in, and I want to say it was like his 5th carry or something. He fumbled again.
Here's the thing that I think maybe because he's a new head coach, like running backs, it takes them a while to get warm, which is why like you weren't seeing much out of our running game because every time you turn around there was a different back end. They get 2 or 3 plays and then they get yanked out for another back. So they didn't get warm, couldn't get the feel of the game. None
Couldn't
of
get
that.
the rhythm going.
Right. And I think doing that to guys like Melvin Gordon, who's used to being a bell cow, you know what I'm saying? It generally takes 5 to 10 carries for him to get loose. Then you bring him off the bench and say, okay, go get us 1 yard. And the one thing I've heard every professional, now I don't know, but I have family who play professional football, and I've listened to all these other professional footballers talk, and they say 1 yard is the hardest yard to get. You know what I'm saying? It's only 3 feet. But you've
Especially
got
when
they're
they know what
expecting
you're doing.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's just so I think coming to the Chiefs where he's actually going to get reps. He's going to get some time in. They're going to let him get warmed up. He'll be able to spell Pacheco. I really think they want a Damian Williams type thing again. And I mean, if
Well,
you
that's
look at our
basically McKinnon in my thoughts, and
right,
really what Pacheco could be. He's bigger though. He can bowl some people over too, obviously.
right, that's the thing. Like you have Pacheco is kind of like both because he runs faster than McKinnon already, and he runs hard.
Yeah, what more can you ask for out of a running back?
7th rounder at that, taking a grown man's job.
And he sure did.
While we're on the topic, do the Chiefs try to trade CEH next year?
I don't know if anybody will take him. I think it'd have to be like Steve was saying, and just to sweeten the pot a little bit, especially when he gets hurt every year and he's out for games every year. He went to IR, right? I'm pretty
Oh, I don't
sure.
know.
I would definitely rather bring Hardman back than CEH, personally. If we have to go between the two of them. I don't know if did they move it up to like 4 players we could bring back from IR, or do you know?
I don't know for sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and look it up.
You going to? Okay.
Yeah. Ireland. IR. Returning players eligible to return to practice after 4 games. Okay, so they have to be out for 4 games. And then there's a certain amount of time before they are shut down for the remainder of the season. I didn't realize there was a time limit.
Oh yeah,
activating.
once you deem them active to come back from
Wait, yes, I did know that because that's what we did with Niang.
right, once you do that, then they have 21 days to be activated. Otherwise, they have to be on IR the rest of the year.
Unable to return. How many times? How many players? There we go. Can a team bring in from IR? There's no limit on how many players now the team can place on IR. How many players they can place on IR. But there is a limit as to how many can be designated to return. The team can bring a maximum of 8 players. Oh, wow. Okay. I have no worries anymore. The same player can be activated off IR up to 2 times. Both activations would subtract from the team's allowed total of 8. So, yeah, that makes sense. So 8 players we can bring back. I swore it used to be 2.
It was.
Okay. And CEH was a high ankle sprain. Okay, let me get to Hefe's first one. Defenses needs a couple sacks. Yes, agreed. I think we'll get a couple sacks easily. CEH is now a bust. Yeah, he's hurt way too much as well, so I'm done with him. I think Niang's about there as well. He's good when he's in. He's just never in. He's never healthy. And yeah, CEH has a high ankle sprain. I think that the timing on that worked out great to bring Rojo back and against a Rams team that's not doing so hot. I'm guessing is what Robert's talking about here. And yeah, Hefe was saying Reed better show up. I agree. And I think he will. he's not going to just talk the talk and not at least try his damnedest to walk the walk. But Robert agrees with Hefe that Reed needs a big game. So, yeah, I'd definitely like to see him get an interception and a couple pass breakups. If he does that, that's a very successful game for him, and I'm good with that. What do you think on that, Gooch? What he said?
We're paying him all the money to be the leader, so I think it's time.
And what do you think about what he said? Saying he was going to shut down their tight end.
Oh, Jesus.
Ryan thinks it was basically psyops, and he was doing it to try and protect the rookies. Come after me, the most experienced guy in the backfield, and
That makes
throw
sense.
it down. Yeah, it makes complete sense to me, but he thinks he was put up to it also. And then Reed kind of was asked about it, and he said basically that he talked to Reed and he knows not to do that crap anymore. Was he put up to it by Spags, or did he just do it on his own?
I think he did it for a reason.
Do you think he did it to protect the rookies?
Oh, well, yeah, because you're not gonna. The rookies are already nervous because you've never been in that building before. The people that have been, not even Justin Reed, they're telling you how big of a game this is. It's getting close to the point to where if the Chiefs win, they almost pretty much have the number 1 seed locked up.
They say that this receiving core is possibly the best in the league.
Well, the best one we faced all year, that's for sure. And I
It's
think
definitely going to be a test.
And I think you break up the nervousness if you're the one talking shit. It'd be different if it was a rookie talking shit, but he's a vet. Sounds like I'm gonna shut y'all down. Trust and believe. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Andy talked to him like, look, we don't want to, yada yada yada. Appreciate that. Let's go ahead and make sure we play well.
Fuel their fire.
Right.
Yeah, we're the ones that get the shit talked about. And did Matthew ever do that? I don't remember him doing anything like that.
No, he never did anything like that.
I wouldn't put it past that guy. He can back it up. So yeah, it's kind of weird that he did, because we don't do that. So it seems like there'd have to be a reason. So I have to agree with you on that.
Just to break the monotony, I'm sure.
But yeah, I'd much rather they throw to the tight ends than Chase or Higgins. Boyd can turn it on when he wants. He's been pretty quiet this year, though. Of course, This will be the game that he turns it on. Do the old Gabe Davis. But yeah, Njoku is not your typical tight end. He definitely has some speed, and he is a giant man. I think he could probably take him down right away, but I don't know if he can keep him from catching it every time. He's a little banged up himself, though. He's not 100%. Who else do they have at tight end? Oh, Hayden Hurst. I forgot about that. Where was I getting Njoku from? I had a brain fart. It's all Hayden Hurst. Njoku's still on Cleveland, is he not?
Oh yeah.
Sorry about that. What else? Definitely get the run game going early. And that'll open up everything else, including play action, even though we don't do a whole lot of that. You want to see Burton in the game? Really
If
put a hurt
Burt,
on him?
if Burton's in the game, we're doing something right.
I'd definitely like to see some I formation. Have him in there blocking for Pacheco. I want to see that so bad. Lay out a linebacker and get him a big hole to where he's just got a DB to try and take him down. I would love to see that. And I really don't want him returning kickoffs anymore. I think Justin Watson is probably the best guy for the job. He's been coming up key in receiving too, though. Him and Sky. But Reed said Sky won't be back there anymore. Finally, he said that and put his foot down. Because Tobe seems to want to keep putting him back there.
Freaking good.
I think Tobe needs to go. Our special teams has taken a giant dip between the last couple years. I think he's becoming obsolete now. I don't know who's out there to right the ship, but I'd definitely like to be looking for a new special teams coordinator. I don't know about you. Okay. Gooch may have had to take a phone call. He is basically 24/7.
The question is that it was a text message, not a phone call for this moment. But the
Sorry.
question is who you're going to find that's better. Oh no, I'm sure I'll get a call or 2 or 10 during the time that we're live. But the question is who you're going to find that's better than Tobe right now. There's no
I
really in demand special teams coordinators except for the guy in Green Bay who was coach of the Raiders for a hot minute.
Yeah, I have no thoughts on special teams coordinators. Something needs to change though. There's Daryl. Hey Daryl. We'll come back to yours, Robert. Gotta say hi to Daryl. I actually sent you an invite if you wanted to get in with us. I sent one to Holly as well. I forgot to let her know we were going live. Like Steve said we would. Okay, Robert wants to see dropping the cute stuff inside the 10. Pound the rock and use our big receivers. I can't agree more. Yeah, I don't. A lot of times they work, really, but we were getting a little too cute last week. But I think a lot of it was we weren't trying so hard. At least the last two drives. I'm thinking three though. Toupee ain't bad. Is that the name of a special teams coordinator? What's going on, Sasha? And Robert says Allegretti due for ineligible. Saunders was set up for last game, but Rams took a timeout. Yeah, I was curious what they were going to do, but I kind of like it not being. What are you up to? I kind of like throwing them out there and making people think and not showing it quite yet. I could see them putting that game in there or putting that play in there this game. We'll see how it's going. And then on New Heights, they were talking about, or I guess I should say, Kelsey's trying to get Mahomes to do the behind the back pass. So if we do get up big, may not be this game, but if we do get up big with the other teams we got to play, we may see it. But even Mahomes is nervous to do it in a game, so maybe not at the same time. You mind taking over for a bit, Gooch? I need to get Sasha outside, and we lose him. Okay. Just give me a couple minutes, baby. We are working on an hour now, though. I wasn't planning on going too long, but I may not be able to get on tomorrow.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Or it'll be late if I am able to get on. Unless they call me and tell me I don't need to come in. Which we got everything done we were supposed to, so I don't really see why we would. You never know with these guys. You mind taking over for a couple minutes? I need to get Sasha outside. Gooch. Did you get another call or text? I need to get a drink too. Decided to grab the sugar sweet tea. Got a gallon of that. I'm going to be drinking on that. I'm in the mood. Daryl's trying to find his invite. It should be in the direct message on Twitter. Let me get into Twitter and see. I'm pretty positive I sent it to you. Maybe not. It's the StreamYard. Sent it again to your at KC Butt Kicker. I like it. Better get her out. Yeah, I really do. She's at the age where she really doesn't give a shit anymore. She's got to go. You're not going to get up quick enough. I'm going by the back door. Fuck it. It's on you now. Because
Are we,
there's
are we
sometimes,
about to have company?
quite possibly, it's looking like Daryl's wanting to get on. We're all for it. Are you able to take over for a couple minutes? Gooch. I need to get Sasha out. All right, so I haven't been hearing Allegretti's name, so I'd say he's been doing pretty good. I think we'd have more push with Tooney on run plays, but he's got a little bit of a mean streak to him too, so I like Allegretti a lot. But yeah, I think he should be the sixth man. Honestly. He's typically the guy that goes in and is eligible. That's another thing. We keep getting called for ineligible man downfield. I don't know if we need to be more disciplined with that, or they're just calling it for us and they don't call other people for it, or what's going on there. I know we get singled out on some stuff, but it's happened a lot with that call and different crews. So I don't know why. They definitely know not to do it, so what's going on? There's Daryl. How you doing, buddy?
All right, guys, I made it in finally.
Good to see you in here. It's been a little while since we've been able to actually talk. I think it's been.
Yeah, I know. Every time I tried it,
What's that?
every time I've tried to come in, man, it's been one thing or the other.
Huh. Cooch has that problem sometimes. Then StreamYard has gotten pretty goofy. I think we're going to be getting rid of it soon and just be doing Melon. Because it seems like every time we do StreamYard, one of us has issues with the audio.
I think it was because I still had the chat room still up.
Oh. Yeah. I am in there, but I've got it muted. So I can actually go in there and type to you guys to where you know it's me instead of wondering which of the three of us it is back.
I don't know. I know you say let's get rid of Dave Tope, man, but I tell you what, Dave Tope's not a bad special teams coordinator, man. It's just a lot of bad luck this year.
Well, he keeps wanting to put Sky Moore back in there, and he's proven that he's gonna muff it once again.
Well, I know. How many muff punts has he already had this year? 3?
I think 4 now.
4?
So yeah, Reed finally put his foot down and said he's not going back out there.
Right.
He's been great in the past game.
But he was never one in college or high school to return punt.
Exactly. That's why you don't put him back there in the first place. Especially when you got guys that can do it.
Right.
So, and then Pacheco's kind of our workhorse. I think we need to get him off kick returns. Just have Justin Watson back there for both. I don't care if he fair catches it every time. He's got hands. Moore does too, just not with the return game. And then, yeah, Butker's been off, and Tobe hasn't been able to fix that. And our coverage is decent, but our blocking on special teams has not looked great. These guys keep taking it out, and then they get tackled between the 15 and 20. So they don't even make it out to the 25. They need to just let it go, in my opinion.
Oh, true. Let it go ahead and bounce back into the end zone. Go ahead and do touchback.
Instead of running it out every time. Because he coaches on where to kick it, whether you want them to kick it short, and also whether they want them to take it out or not. I get being aggressive, but it hasn't paid off, so stop. And then when they're covering us, we're getting stopped at the 15, taking it out. So I don't really get it. If it consistently happens, you need to know to stay away from it.
Be nice to find another Dante Hall.
Yeah, Tyreek, Dante. What was the guy's name?
Mark Van over.
I did like that guy.
Mark Vanover, man, he was badass at returning too.
We had another one that I can't think of his name.
Oh, let me think about it. I'll come up with it.
And then there's no Devin Hester either. So,
yeah, Devin Hester though, man, he was Chicago.
yeah.
That would have been shit. Dave Tobe was there.
Right. He had Hester and he's had Tyreek Hill. I think that's pretty much why he's still special teams coach.
Right. Well, I mean, I can understand we probably do need new blood there or something, man, because he's got probably pretty much fixed in his ways.
Right. I just personally think it's time for a change there.
Actually, I think Eric Bieniemy needed to go. So,
yeah, we have talked about that too. He gets the most out of the guys, and he holds them accountable. I don't know how he goes about holding them accountable because they seem to get pretty pissed. We don't need that. So yeah, I don't disagree with letting them go, especially with Nagy back.
Right. Most definitely. The problem is, man, Andy Reid's way too loyal, man, to his people.
Which is why Spags won't go anywhere for a while. But I like Spags for the most part. He's just seems to have a little bit of problem with personnel himself. And sometimes he gets too aggressive. I like aggressive on defense, but it takes it to another level sometimes.
Right.
I don't really get playing zone constantly. When we're burnt, we get burnt. He irritates me sometimes, but he definitely has been getting it right in the second half this season.
So far, anyhow.
Right.
But I wish they'd come up with some in-game adjustments a little faster.
Yeah, that's basically what me and Steve are talking about. Same with Andy. Andy needs to be quicker on it too.
Yeah, especially in the first 2 quarters, man. Don't wait till half.
Yeah, I'm with you. What are you looking for in this game?
I just hope we destroy Cincinnati.
I am definitely with you on that. We need some revenge. I know in the off season, getting close to preseason, we were calling for that, or I was at least I was calling for this to be a blowout. We need to really make an example out of them and step on their throat.
Yeah, it'd be really nice, man, to see our defense step up and just zero 'em through the
That
damn
would be
game and get
awesome.
a shutout.
They're the number 5 scoring offense. I would love to see shutting them out. I
Well, saying
can't
Chase is
expect it.
supposed to be back.
You said Chase.
Yeah, Chase is supposed to be back for him.
I think he'll be on a snap count. I definitely can't promise that. Maybe
And at
he's
least
been
be
okay for a couple of weeks and they were just saving him. I don't know.
either that or being in there as a decoy, man, to try to draw some defense off of the other receivers.
I would like to see Watson on him. I know they're going to have Josh Williams out there, but I'd much rather see Watson. He's just a bit bigger and can be more physical. And he'll kind of tower over Chase. What else do you have? What else are you looking for?
I'm looking for the Buffalo Bills to lose another one.
Who are they playing this week? Seems
No
like it is
one
a very losable game.
can't remember who they're playing.
Let's check it out. Let's put point spread. Week 12? I really need to set my fantasy lineups.
Yeah, I should have got into the fantasy league with y'all, though. Sure, I didn't.
Well, there's always next year.
Yeah,
I was killing everybody for the first 10 weeks. I was 10-0.
well, I just
And then I
went out
started
and
to
bought
make my
Madden
move.
22 yesterday.
What was that, Gooch?
And then I started to make my move.
Cole beat me and Holly beat me 2 weeks in a row, so I'm 10-2. Are you coming back, Gooch?
I think I am.
Moving on up. It's not letting me get in. That's weird. Oh well. Are we playing each other this week?
No.
I'm gonna have to get my phone out. Are you able to take over for a couple minutes so I can get Sasha out?
Sure, why not? The hell.
All right. I'll be back.
You know that I'm messed up, right? Because then I'm left Gooch in charge of this crap here.
Get entertaining.
They do not know what they are doing. I keep telling them I am not the guys. I'm just the talent.
Where are you at now, Gooch?
I am headed back from good.
From where?
In the hotel, my guy,
Uh,
fried bologna sandwiches.
last time I knew you were in New York.
Yeah, I've been there and in Michigan. I've been kind of back and forth doing the Lord's work with pizza. How about you? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right, man. Got me a little 8-pointer the other day,
Oh, did
the
you?
other morning. Yeah, hit a little thing though. Nothing to brag about.
Oh, sure it is.
And I know when a 17-year-old girl got bigger than I did that day.
Seriously?
Yeah, I was like, damn.
That's all right.
I thought I was doing good bringing it up out of the woods till I seen hers.
Hey, look, even a clock is right 2 times a day. She got lucky.
Yeah.
For those of you that are watching at home, I don't know if anybody is. You have reached Aaron at his dog's bathroom break.
Hey,
We
hey,
like
the fur baby's got to have a little break too.
we call this halftime. So go ahead and to your consider. I'm telling you what, y'all really got saved because what was going to happen was around the time that Aaron got on. I was going to do because my boy Keys couldn't get on, and at first we didn't think Aaron could get on, so I was going to do a kind of a ask Gooch anything and just get on live and just shoot the shit with people, and we could have talked about whatever. But Aaron, in all his greatness and wanting to keep the show high with integrity, he jumped on and saved the day, which I appreciate because I legit was going to be like, "Yep, ask me anything, let's get it." But then he called me. He called me and was like, "Hey, you want to get on?" And I was like, "Well, sure, why not?" And here I is. Man, that's a long poop. Not Aaron. Not Aaron, guys. The dog.
uh, now I'm ready for some football tomorrow, man. And watch Georgia win today.
Yeah, that was crazy. Michigan won today too.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who's all in the bowl games.
It's gonna be tough because TCU lost and who else lost? The other one lost.
Trying to figure out where Mizzou stands and where the Jayhawks and Wildcats and the Bears and everybody, man. Or Bearcats, I would say. Southwest Missouri Bearcats, man. Normally they got pretty damn good football team.
Yeah.
They're in Maryville. And normally I follow them, man. My dog's over here. Got her head laying in my lap like, you gonna let me out or what are we doing here? I got big fenced in yards, so I just open the door. Go. They ain't going nowhere. Hell, they're on the block next to me, man. Here a while back, I don't know if you all seen it on the news, man. A damn Amazon driver got mauled by the neighbor's dogs, man, and got killed.
No way.
Uh,
What kind of dogs do they have?
um, German Shepherds.
You all can relax now. Dub is back. No more
Friggin',
Duke's craziness.
friggin' the dogs euthanized them. The cops euthanized the dogs that night when they showed up. When they found them laying there in the yard dead, mauled from the dogs.
Damn.
The people were out of town.
I actually got into it with one of our male people. So I was taking my dogs. My dogs are older and very well trained, and Sasha loves absolutely everybody. She doesn't know a stranger, and he surprised the hell out of me too, coming around the car while as we were going to my car, so I could take them to get groomed, and he started yelling that she needs to be on a leash, and I said, she walks right next to me. She does not. You startled me as well. She didn't even bark or anything. She just kind of jumped back because he came out of nowhere.
Right.
And he's telling me any dog will bite. And I said, no, that is absolutely not true. I worked with dogs for 6 years. It's all in how they're raised typically. There are some bad, crazy dogs because of bad breeding. Because they don't
Well,
really
I don't
care.
know if it's the breed, man. It's the owners.
It's yeah, typically it is. That every once in a while, like blue pits and black German shepherds are kind of more likely to be crazy and be bad off of bad breeding because they don't care what kind of temperament they're breeding. They just care about the looks.
Right.
So there can be some automatically aggressive dogs, but it is very far and few between.
I mean, German
Shepherds are
Shepherds
very
had.
protective and very smart.
Yes.
So kind of makes me wonder what they did. Or yeah, their owner was just an asshole and made
Right.
it that way. Which is probably the case.
I don't know. I've had pit bulls and stuff, man. I've had a pit bull, man. Fuck. Damn, you could lay on top of it, and that dog would just lay there and look at you like, what the hell?
Absolutely. My rescue dog was actually found with a blue pit, and he was awesome. I would have taken him home too, but I already had another dog, and they really wanted to split him up for some reason. The people that brought him in, but they found him on the side of the road with a bowl of food and water, and that was that. They got them in their vehicles, which my dog's scared of everything. She was abused real bad. Not by those people, obviously, but the owners that dropped them off wherever.
Right.
But she's the most loving dog ever. She would never bite a single person, but she will run away from people. she'll smile if she likes them. She'll actually literally smile. And she was malnourished, so she's got some Billy Bob teeth. So she looks goofy. She'll start smiling when she gets in trouble, or we're asking her to do something that she doesn't want to, because she knows we'll just laugh at her. She looks so good. But yeah, she'd never bite anybody. You could corner her and she won't bite. But her brother or whatever was awesome too. And I would shake his head and everything, and he just wants to play. And he never even mouths me to play. He's just like using his paws, trying to box. And that's how every pit I've run into has acted.
Right.
I took care of a lot of them, and my brother that is possibly in the chat, he's got a pit mix and a rescue. We don't know the story behind him, but he seems to have been abused pretty bad, and he will not typically go up to people. He came up to me, but so did Lady. They know. They definitely know.
Some dogs get a bad name because of what the news media is saying about them. You know?
The dog I'd be most worried about, honestly, is a chow. I'll jump in the backyard where a pit is and not have a worry. I won't jump in the backyard of a chow.
I've had a couple chows, man, and I tell you what, them are some crazy ass dogs.
They are awesome dogs, but they're a little unpredictable.
Yes, they are.
They will surprise you.
Uh-huh. I'm more into the Huskies anymore.
Huskies are awesome. I'd love to have one. It's just that hair. The hair goes everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
There's some shedding fiends. And one of my favorite dogs that I worked with was actually a half chow, half German Shepherd. He was awesome. He'd literally sit on my lap, and the owner comes in, and it's like I always try to get him to like sit with me and lay with me on the couch, and he won't do it. I'm like, I don't know. He'll get comfortable. Just tell him to lay down. She was awesome too. I don't know why he wouldn't.
Yeah, I had a husky a while back. I had to train emotional support dog. She was a beautiful husky, man.
You trained him to be?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I should have done that with Sasha, but yeah. We actually did have classes for stuff like that when I worked at Pete and Max. It was a pretty high-end, really, really nice place. And one of the girls there was trying to get me to have Sasha do some like extensive training, and I was like, I don't want to turn her into a robot. Mess with her head. I still want her to be her.
Right.
which she's kind of a bitch. She's so smart. I call her our evil genius because she'll just manipulate the other one, who is smart too, but she just doesn't have anything on Sasha, and she loves Sasha so much she'll do whatever she basically asks. But yeah, she's 14 now, and she was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh no.
Weren't able to get it all, so it is a matter of time. And the cat
Yeah.
the cat's been doting on her, and I've never had a dog live to 14, so I can't complain too much.
But I had a friend, man. He was spending about almost $1,000 a month, man, just on his dog.
Jeez.
Keep it alive, man. And he just couldn't do it, and just finally went and put it down. But
It gets to that point. I
I
commend
mean,
him for doing all that.
right?
Seems like the cat wants to talk.
That sounds like it.
He's been loud.
Yeah, I've been up there. My mom's taking care of her here lately. Friggin' oh, there's a cat out there, man. That cat follows everybody. It just loves attention.
Mine is not that way. He's pretty selective.
Right.
He loves giving my wife shit too. If he figures out something that annoys her, he keeps doing it. He'll sit there in the hallway and just stare at her. 'Cause he knows he's weirding her out, and then he'll lay by her or on her and chew on his nails because she gets mad about it every time. So then he'll get just out of reach and start doing it again. He's pretty smart too. And yeah, it just cracks me up. He won't do that stuff to me. Still gonna suck when Sasha goes, but I am happy we've gotten this long with her. She's definitely still got all her faculties. She can't hear the greatest anymore, but it is a matter of time. And it kind of is what it is when it's that time. You know
Yeah.
it's that time. It's too bad these dogs had to be euthanized, but it's quite possible that's what needed to happen. I won't say every dog is perfect.
Hell, I've seen somebody giving a little teacup puppy away, man. And I was wanting it, man. Little cute little shit. And these three big ass dogs I got here, man, they ain't gonna let me have it.
No.
They wouldn't play too nicely with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My dogs love puppies. They love kids and love puppies.
No, these three, man, this is our yard, man. You're not welcome here.
It depends on how big the puppies are too, because
Oh, these
they're
are big
old
dogs.
and arthritic, so lady seems to get angry quicker. So we got
These are, I mean, my littlest one, I think he weighs like 150 pounds.
Jeez, that is a big dog.
Yeah.
I'll have to see him sometime.
Right.
We'll go fishing at Smithville.
There you go.
I'll pick you up. You have a boat too, don't you?
Yeah, well, I'm getting rid of it though.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, so you're about to have one of the happiest days of a boat owner. It's always the day you get it and the day you sell, get rid of it.
Well, there's just too much shit keeps going wrong with it, man. And I mean, the boat's
Oh,
fine, but the motor, man, which you should know, man, you're a boat owner, man. That's where most of the money is in the motor.
yep.
The motor keeps wanting to screw up, so screw it. It's got to go.
Gotten the carburetors cleaned so many times because it's
Change fuel lines.
yeah, the fuel line had a hole in it. Me and Liz, we smoke, and I'm like, we can keep getting the boat going a little bit, and it's pitch black, and so we don't know what's going on. It just keeps shitting out, and I start smelling gas, and as I'm saying it, I'm lighting a cigarette, and I start feeling around and put my hand in something liquid and smell it, and I'm like, yep. We're leaking gas somewhere. So we kind of freak out and just keep starting it and going for it, going a little bit, trying to get back to the dock because we drifted to the other side by then. It's like I quit wanting to mess with it and I wanted to fish. And get the line out there with the lighted bobbers and start trying to mess with the motor.
Right.
Looking up at the light here and there. And sure enough, there was big hole in the gas line. By the time we're able to see, I'm like, oh shit, that was really not good. On Longview Lake. I don't know if you've been there. Not the greatest area. There's been several bodies dumped there. I
Oh,
want
that's
to say
what,
this past summer there was a body lit on fire
where at?
at Longview Lake.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I fished there many a time. Man, I lived there in Grandview though for a month.
Oh yeah, okay. You were
Yeah.
right down the road from it then.
Right, I lived there off 144th and Terrace.
Okay.
Yeah, right over there by the school. The 7-Eleven, not too far from right there by the school.
I had a
What is
couple
that?
buddies over there.
Uh,
I had a couple buddies over there. Seems
right.
Ruskin.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. So yeah, it is not the greatest neighborhood anymore, but it's good fishing. I catch some good crappies out of there every time. I catch a lot of little catfish. Nothing like what
Right.
you had on your tailgate. I'm guessing
Yeah,
that
well, that come out of the
3 feet.
Missouri River, man.
Was that about 3 feet long, you think?
Oh, it was longer than that.
Okay. It's hard to tell by the tailgate.
It laid all the way across the tailgate, from one
All the
end
way
of it to
across.
the other, man. I mean, now, if he would have been
That's
fully
about,
stretched out, he would have been hung over.
is that 4 or 5 feet?
It's about, I don't know, right around there. I mean, 4 and 5 feet. I mean, it was a big ass fish.
Yeah, it was. If anybody's curious, go look at Daryl Miller's Twitter. What is your Twitter?
Right.
Or do you not want me to give it out?
I don't care. I mean, I don't care.
It is at KC Butt Kicker. Go check out Daryl's fish. It is huge. It is one huge catfish. I think tailgates are about 4.5 feet, so it's pushing 50 pounds, isn't it?
Oh, it was a good fish.
Definitely
It was a
was.
nice blue cat too, man.
Did you see the reel that I got?
Uh-uh.
I showed it a couple weeks ago.
I don't get on Twitter very much.
Oh, it was on one of the lives.
Oh,
I showed it off along with some whopper ploppers.
oh, hell yeah.
I love whopper ploppers. I was at a friend's pond earlier in the year, and they're little bass. We're trying to get some of them out of there because there's so many of them. They can't get big. This reel is definitely not for that. But it is huge.
Oh, that's nice,
Put
man.
my face up next to it.
What kind of test can you put on it though?
I want to say 22. It was 22 or 24.
Right.
Here we go. No, it was 20. 170 feet of 20 pound. But
Oh,
I
shit.
could catch a freaking shark with this thing.
I'm telling you.
You gotta show me where you catch the monster catfish, and we'll have some fun.
I was in my friend's backyard in the Missouri River.
In their backyard?
Yeah. They live right there on the Missouri River, there in Missouri City.
That's awesome. Yeah, we definitely need to get out. We gotta get Brian out too. Oh goose.
Right?
We had
Well,
some
hell.
stuff pop up when we tried to get out a couple times, a couple years ago.
If I had time to go right now, I'd probably already been out there fishing.
My brother's actually asking if Gooch fell asleep. Did you see that reel, Adam? So I don't know if I got the smallest or the largest. Nope, he's not asleep.
Oh, that's a big ass reel though.
Yeah. I was definitely not expecting that. I pulled it out of the box and I was like, holy shit.
No, I'm not. I'm not asleep. I normally am, but I'm not now.
Not yet. Oh geez, that's 3:05. Yeah, it's about time for that. Did you not get my last two messages? I guess I need to look at my phone. I would get fired if I had my phone on at work. Basically, it would distract me, and then for me to grab it. There was a guy that decapitated himself because he was on his phone.
Oh shit.
There's actually two this year that happened.
Oh no.
So yeah, I have my phone off basically at all times now, so I don't get notifications. I am not seeing a message from you, Adam. I did get Bob's driver though, if you were wondering. Was it in the group text with Joey? Or between us two?
Oh no, I put it out there on Twitter too.
That's right.
I'm ready for Stoneville, man, come April. Get down there to Lake Ozark.
You need to get back down to the Ozarks?
Oh, I'd love to be back down there. I'd love to be there right now.
I typically go to Stockton. Yeah, it's time to go catch some crappies, really.
No, I go right
That's
down
kind of
there
what,
to Lake Ozark. I like Stockton Lake. But watching warplanes and shit fly overhead while you're fishing, you know?
yeah.
You got all them planes coming out of friggin' Centralia from Whiteman Air Force Base. Pretty cool, man.
Yes, I always hear them flying over for the game.
Right.
They actually make a couple of rounds over here.
I was on a
I'm in
bus
Blue
coming
Springs.
back. I was on a bus coming back from Columbia, and first time I seen a stealth friggin', I'm like, I thought I was seeing things coming towards me. So I was on the bus, and it flipped up and went towards the east. I'm like, holy shit, that's a stealth. It was pretty cool.
Huh. Adam, these are the last two messages that I've seen. Did Gooch fall asleep? And he got on to let you know he hadn't. That's all he got on here for, but I think he should entertain us some more. That's all we get. Little Gooch giggle.
Hell, he might be at Domino's sitting on the throne.
It could be facing backwards. He's getting ready to fall asleep. He let us know the best way to fall asleep on a toilet. Adam, do you have a Twitter? You can get on here too with us. I'm thinking we need to get going probably. It's pretty late.
Yeah, it's already what, 3:10 in the morning?
Yep. And I possibly have to work in 12 hours. Bastards are going to make me work during the Chiefs game.
And I haven't crossed the time zone yet, so it's 4:10 for me.
Plus, his body's used to 4:10 anyway now. Been living in the wrong time zone for a little while now.
Yeah, no shit.
Catching a flight early tomorrow. Robert is. May have a chance to catch the second half. Go Chiefs. Have a good one, Robert. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch the recording if I still have to go to work. If I don't get a call in. And then I won't be around for the post game unless we do it super late like this.
Which we normally do.
If we have a night game. But yeah, I
Oh,
won't
God.
be able I won't be able to get on until probably midnight if I have to work my whole shift. I guess it's overtime though.
I don't know. Maybe after the game, man, I'm gonna have a lot to bitch about. Soon as we win.
Yeah, if we can't come away from with a victory, I'm happy, but I'd really love to blow them out. I'd like to see the 31-20, but I'm going 34-24. Still a 10-point lead.
Hey, Andy Reid, though, man, he's got this thing, man. When he's got his foot on their throat, man, he pulls his foot away and let them have a little bit of breathing room. And it's like, why? Why? It's just stomping their ass, man.
Just keep your foot on the gas.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hate that he does that. But he definitely gets super conservative when we get a lead.
He cost us games because of that.
We've seen how they can be. They are kind of streaky. But Adam, I'm seeing this chat saying your chat isn't working. I have it up to your bottom left. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Because that's all I saw was, did Gooch fall asleep? And then, did you not get my last two messages? Which I'm doing this on StreamYard, so let me look over here.
We get rid of CEH, man, and pick up another back, man, that could complement fucking, excuse my language, Passional would be nice.
There's a running back named Passenger?
Well, whatever the heck his name is. Or starting running back now, he took it from CEH.
Oh, Pacheco?
Yeah, Pacheco.
He's been a badass.
He runs hard, man. He's just small. We need another back, man. I mean, we need something like a Christian McCoy and a Barry Ward.
I would like to see a big back.
Christian McCoy, man, he was a powerhouse, man. I don't know how many times I've seen him running to the end zone, man, with half the defense on his back.
Yep. It was great to watch him. I actually met him at a bar. He came in with Eric Dickerson.
Oh, yeah?
They basically made a pass around the bar once. I shook his hand. I'm kind of dumbfounded. I don't really know what to say. Starstruck.
Right.
I'm just a normal person. He was
Hell, I'd been starstruck with both of them, Eric Dickerson and Christian McCoy.
He was a Raider, but yeah, it was cool to see him in person.
Right.
He wasn't all that much bigger than me. Okoye still is.
Oh, yeah. You know, he didn't play football until he comes to the NFL.
He has a hell of a handshake, too.
I bet.
Monster hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they both left with a girl, too. Just made one pass around the perimeter of the bar and grabbed a girl and left.
Okay, we found the ones we want. It's time to go.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
we need to get the best blocking tight end ever in here. Jason Dunn. Any word on that, Gooch?
Jason Dunn was a badass.
Yeah,
On what, brother?
on here. Any word on getting him on here? Gooch and Steve had him on a Roguehead Huddle, and now he's regularly on RGR. He's
I know.
got his own spot once a week.
You know.
Done and done.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know, me and Key started that.
Yep. Roguehead
Oh,
Huddle.
Keys with all them damn kids, man, it's gotta take a wear them out.
Yeah. 8 kids is a ton. I usually increase it every time I say something to them. 88 kids. Oh, back is really starting to hurt.
I got my 2 girls, man. That's more than enough.
Yeah. I've got 2 dogs and a cat. I've got 6 nieces and a nephew, and I love other people's kids because they go away. You get to play with them and have your fun for 2-3 hours. That's all I need.
Send them back to mom and dad.
Right.
And he's got a Negro.
What?
He said, I got 6 nieces, blah, 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 blah. And I said, and a Negro. The cool thing about being me is I can say shit like that and watch the awkward laughs happen.
I was messing with a guy from work. Okay, you can't see it at all. My thumb was completely black. I had a permanent marker like explode in my pocket, and I went to grab it out, so I got the Sharpie all over my finger and thumb. And I said, "Is that offensive?" To a buddy from work, and he's like, "Everything that comes out of your mouth is offensive."
You should have followed that with. That's the same thing my black friend said. My black brother said.
And then, yeah, he was giving me shit, trying to say I was going to Klan meetings and stuff. I'm like, well, I grew up in Lee Summit, where there were several back in the day, but you know
now,
me
I want
better
you to
than
know.
that.
I want to tell you why that's not funny.
He knows me better than that.
Because one Halloween, I tried to dress up as the Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Oh, goodness.
And people were offended.
That's fucked up, man.
You weren't defending yourself?
It either could have been that or the fact my girlfriend went as a pregnant nun. One of the two.
You weren't defending yourself?
I personally thought it was fucking hilarious.
Oh, man. I had a customer that would always come in and say something. He was like, "Was that black enough?" And I said, "No, buddy. You're like 60 years old. You really
if you have to ask, is it black enough? It wasn't.
We call him Prince. That's his last name. I can't ever think of his first name, but he'd always come in and tell a black joke. So I had to get on my computer to start telling white jokes. That guy was freaking awesome. And I'd have new people anytime I had somebody helping me, and he'd come in and just start trying to make them as uncomfortable as possible. It was freaking hilarious.
Like
I
that,
miss that guy.
like that movie Wild Hogs, man. Where he's just, where he starts trying to say a black joke, and he's like, man, Martin Lord, please go ahead.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Wild Hogs
Right.
with Sam Allen and John
Oh,
Travolta.
yeah. Now I remember what you're saying. What you're talking about. I did see that.
Yeah, we're all
I
like
thought
in
it
the
was
Midwest.
something new. I saw
No,
something on Netflix that's got something about hogs.
I don't know. I don't even got Netflix.
You were missing out.
I don't got Netflix. Hey, I go to this chick's house, man, and that's where I get my Netflix from, man. I watch whatever the hell she's watching.
Me and Liz watch a bunch of shows on there. We typically try to catch up on things on the weekends since we
Yeah,
work separate hours.
it was like that Game of Thrones shit.
I
I
haven't
didn't
watched
watch
the
it.
new thing yet, but the old one was awesome. You need to watch it.
Oh, I've already watched it.
Oh,
I watched it from beginning to the end.
I've got most of the seasons on Blu-ray.
Yeah, my friend Lori, man, she got every episode of them, and believe me, I've sat there and I've watched every one of them.
Nice. Liz let one of her friends from work borrow them. Took a while to get them back.
Yeah, well, I'm to the point. I don't loan money. I don't loan nothing anymore because I hardly ever get it back.
Definitely does happen. It could ruin relationships. Okay, any final thoughts on the game?
We're gonna kick some butt.
Did you give a score prediction?
I'm gonna go 34-28.
All right. So, win by 6. And Gooch said
That makes sense because
35.
if Bucker misses one,
Right. I don't know what's up with him, man, lately. I mean, when he's close, I mean, when the ball's close to it, he misses. You get him out past 50 friggin' yards, man, he's money.
Yep. He's been money the last 2 games, though. He hasn't had any slip ups.
Right.
Hopefully, he keeps that going.
And then I'm looking at our old kicker, man, that's in Chicago now, man. He'd be kicking some butt still. Oh, I'll get out his name here in a minute.
You talking about Suckup?
Yeah,
Carrios
Brian Suckup.
Santos? Santos is out there doing pretty well also.
Yeah, Santos is doing pretty good too. Ain't Santos with the Giants?
Uh, I was thinking Bears, but I'm not.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of then.
I'm not sure.
I'm thinking of Ryan Suckup, man, but he's with somebody.
Tampa Bay.
Is that who he's with?
Sadly, yeah, he's helping.
The
Devil.
Succaneers. I'm gonna be down there here in the next couple of months
Cool.
in Tampa Bay. I gotta go fishing underneath the skyway. I want to go for some grouper.
You gonna snipe TB?
Something like that.
We probably shouldn't put that out there, huh? Then if something happens, they think it's us.
Hell, last time I was there, man, I had tickets to go to the Super Bowl, man. And I got called back here to Kansas City, man. I had to come back. And I left the fucking Super Bowl, man. I was right there in the Super Bowl, in the party going on, man, before the Super Bowl. And had to go and catch a plane and get back to Kansas City.
Hey, Brian, welcome. I think you're catching us towards the end, though. So we got score predictions of Daryl was 34-28, Gooch was 35-31, and I've got 34-24. And thank you for getting on with us, Daryl. It's good to catch up with you.
Yeah. Y'all have a great night, man.
You too, Gooch. You want to take us out?
Yo, man, we appreciate y'all checking us out tonight. Sorry it's a little later than normal and that Keys couldn't be here, but thoughts and prayers to him. I know he's going through some things. We'll be back again post game tomorrow. Another night live stream. I'm going to do some stupid stuff during the week because we're going to get more viewers here. Check us out on RGR. We're over there too. We're everywhere, man. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Have a good one, everybody.